Quiet in the courtroom. Now, this is case number 386 on the calendar in the matter of White versus Hickey. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Mr. White, your son is presently awaiting sentencing on a domestic violence case. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And the defendant is the complainant in that case.
Yes, that is also correct.
The defendant and your son had lived together for how long?
Almost 2 years.
The sentencing is for a violation of a protective order. There had been a protective order in place, and he was found guilty of violating that protective order. Is that right?
He pleaded no contest, yes.
That's found guilty. Is he represented by an attorney?
Yes, he is.
Did the attorney give you any indication of how long he was going to be sentenced?
I think it's going to be probation and anger management, alcohol counseling.
How long has he been in jail?
He was in jail for 4 days.
Where is he now?
He is out of jail and taking a welding class, living at my house.
He has an alcohol problem?
Yes.
Are you angry with the defendant?
Well, I'm not angry with the defendant, but I feel that there was some property that was at the residence when she got the protection order that belonged to me.
According to you, you loaned them, a computer. She took it. Tell me about the loan of the computer, Mr. White.
Well, I build computers for a living.
I understand that.
Okay, and my son and the other son that lives at home, from time to time I will put a better computer into their place and then take the other one and use it for parts. And the computer that he had was something that I had put a lot of time and money into. And there's pictures of my grandchildren on there and so forth.
I want to know, Mr. White, what you said to your son when you built this computer in their home.
Oh, I said, this is a loaner that you can use as long as you need. And when I need it back, I'm going to take it back.
Is that what you said to him?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Doesn't sound right to me, sir. When did you put this computer in their home?
It was before they moved back here from up north. It would have been probably October or November of 2005.
You get where I'm going, Mr. White. A loaner is something you say, listen, you need a computer, I'm going to loan you my computer, but I'll be back for it in a week. I'll be back for it in 2 weeks. But not I'll be back for it 2 years later, when I want it back because you have my pictures of my grandchildren on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, sir. Now, you may be angry at her because she had your son arrested. I can understand that. Did you have him arrested because he assaulted you?
Yes.
You said that in a very tenuous way. Did he assault you?
Yes, he did.
How?
He tossed me across the room. He grabbed my arm and tossed me across the room.
Had he been drinking?
Yes.
Do you drink?
No. Not, well, occasionally with friends.
But you don't have an alcohol problem?
No.
How long have you known that his son had an alcohol problem?
Well, he drinks on a daily basis. I guess from the beginning I knew it, but it was my own fault for knowing and not doing anything about it.
Was he working at the time that you lived together?
When we first started living together, yes, he was.
And then?
And then he got laid off and was on unemployment until it ran out.
Were you working?
Yes.
Steadily?
Yes.
Same company?
Well, when we lived in Petoskey together, I asked to be laid off because I wanted to move back to Bay City. I didn't know if we could find work right away. And when I got there, I had a really hard time finding work, but I did find a work at a daycare. And I worked there until I found a better job, which is where I'm at now.
How long have you been working at this company?
Since August.
Sounds like a nice young lady, sir. You must have been thrilled that your son, who has an alcohol problem, hooked himself up with such a nice young lady.
Should I respond to that, Your Honor?
I'm waiting for an answer, sir.
I was not happy that he was with her, and one thing I am grateful for about this whole mess is that he's not with her anymore.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'd like to hear why.
Because she has a history of being what my wife refers to as a gold digger, and she's taken people to the cleaners more than once, and it's documented, and she's doing it again this time.
Documented where? You mean because she took your rebuilt computer?
No. Because the first guy that she had a kid with that she wasn't married to, she got money out of him. And then the second guy that she had a kid with that she wasn't married to, she got thousands of dollars out of him.
And what'd she get out of your son, who was unemployed most of the time?
Well, they were co-signed on a house, and she owns all that, all the furniture that's in there, and he hasn't got one thing back out of that either.
He wasn't working.
Well, he has been working. In fact, he was working a very good job.
He's got an alcohol problem.
That's
Mr.
true.
White. When you have an alcohol problem at 27, he's 27?
He will be in a month.
Well, 26. When you have an alcohol problem and you're 26 years old, the likelihood of you amassing a great deal of money is de minimis. What I'm telling you is I spoke to her for a relatively short period of time, and you may be angry at her because she had your son arrested, because he spent some time in jail, because he's awaiting sentencing, which is going to include an alcohol program, which it should, and probably a little anger management as well. That doesn't give you license to sue her and to abuse the court system. What you're saying to me was, in 2005, 2 years ago, you put a rebuilt computer with parts that you put together in a home that your son shared with her. And you want me to believe that you said to your son at the time, I'm loaning you this computer until I want it back. And I'm telling you that common sense suggests to me, sir, that that never happened. You may have said to them, from time to time, I'll come and add new parts to it and give you a new one. That I can imagine if that's what you do. But not 2 years ago saying to them, this is a loaner. If you say to me, I made a gift of this computer to my son and she took it, different story. Then your son would have to be here and say, it was my computer, I want it back.
I understand what you're saying, Your Honor. And the only disagreement I would have with that is she took property that belonged to me and said she needed it for school. And yet I feel like if you take something that belongs to somebody else because you need it, that's not justification.
It didn't belong to you. When you give it away, it no longer belongs to you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's his fault if he's an alcoholic, and it's his fault if he got himself into legal trouble, for which he pled guilty, which means he did the wrong thing. Not once, but twice, that we know about.
And later today,
I want you to be quiet. I want you to let him dig this grave all by himself. Do you understand?
Yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Peter White is suing his son's ex-girlfriend, Ashley Hickey, for the return of a computer.
Now, you and your wife are angry at her because she caused your son trouble. Could have just as easily have split up without trouble, without police, without 4 days in jail, without lawyers, without bail, right?
I disagree, Your Honor.
You disagree that they could have split up without trouble? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, if we would have been able to get some of the stuff back from her, like this computer.
I'm not talking about stuff. Aren't you hearing what I'm saying? What I said to you, madam, was you would think as parents you would want them, if they were going to split up without police involvement.
I agree with that.
Well,
Your Honor.
so why can't you just say I agree? You don't have to be argumentative.
I do.
The only problem is your son was a violent alcoholic. And the only way that she could get him out of the house and get her to leave her alone was to call the police. Because he wasn't leaving her alone. He's not allowed to put his hands on her. And he's not allowed to come back once there's an order of protection. That's not her fault. That's your son's fault. And you better put the blame where it belongs, because it doesn't belong with her, it belongs with him. And the quicker he grows up and figures out that he has two loving parents, but he better not disappoint them, because you're going to be there for him if he falls on his face. But don't blame other people. It's his fault if he's an alcoholic, and it's his fault if he got himself into legal trouble, for which he pled guilty, which means he did the wrong thing. Not once, but twice. More perhaps, but twice that we know about. And if your son wants to come here and tell me that this was a gift to him and she took it without permission, I'd hear him. But you did not loan her your computer. That's all. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's angry with me because his son is an alcoholic and he's violent, and he went to jail, and he's mad at me and thinks it's my fault.
I think she would do anything she could to make my entire family miserable and is making a career out of it.
My son was brought into this situation. It shouldn't have never been like that.
You can't fault the judge's logic. She was very logical, but there was a few issues behind the scenes that didn't really come to the fore.
I hope he does get help, and I hope he does become a better person.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gorin versus Spears, step forward, please.
20-year-old Olivia Gorin is suing her former friend, 22-year-old Jonathan Spears, for bail money after a high-speed chase.
Ms. Gorin, you posted $7,500 in bail for the defendant. You posted it, according to you, initially at the request of a friend of his. Is that right?
Yes.
With his later promise to pay you back.
Yes.
He paid you back $2,500.
Yes.
He says he never really had an agreement with you to pay you the bail. It was his friend Daniel's fault that he got arrested in the first place. It was his friend Daniel who called you to post the bail. So go ask Daniel for your money. That's your defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're sticking to it.
Okay, yes, I am.
Good. All right. When were you arrested, Mr. Spears?
I was arrested, I think it was the 8th month. I'm not so sure.
Mr. Spears,
Yeah.
How many times have you been arrested, sir?
Once. I only been arrested
Then
once.
if you were arrested only one time, Mr. Spears, that date would be burned in my memory forever.
Well, no, what's burned in my memory is I got to go to jail in 2 weeks from now. That's what's burned in my memory, that I got to go.
On this case?
On this case, yes.
Then I would remember the date that I got arrested.
That's true, too. Yeah.
On what date was he arrested?
September 8th, 2005. I
There it
remember
goes.
because
September 8th.
I posted $5,000 on my credit card, and I've been paying it off ever since.
Well, where's the $7,500 from?
$2,500 I put from my savings account. $5,000 I took off on a credit card.
What were you arrested for on September 8th, Mr. Spears?
It was a high-speed chase.
High-speed chase with whom?
Police department.
The police were drag racing with you?
Something like that.
No, Mr. Spears, I'm serious. A high-speed chase with police.
Yes, it was.
That.
No.
Sorry.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, we can start from the beginning. Okay. That night's Wednesday night. We was all riding
That
bikes.
night was a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday night. It's called bike night, where we all get together as a group and we ride down the freeway. So we was doing wheelies on the freeway at the time.
You have to talk slowly because you understand, Mr. Spears, I'm old.
Okay. We was doing...
You were doing wheelies.
Yes.
Not willies. Wheelies?
Yes.
Wheelies.
Okay.
On the
We
freeway.
were playing on the bike.
On the freeway.
On the freeway. On the way to bike night.
Were you alone on the freeway with your friends?
Yes, we was.
So there weren't.
Oh, no,
any
there was other cars and stuff.
I want you to be quiet. I want you to let him dig this grave all by himself. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that night, Wednesday night.
You're doing the wheelies on the freeway.
No, it wasn't me. It was, the group that I was...
The group are doing the wheelies
Yeah,
on
they
the
was,
freeway.
you know.
I got it.
Okay, so we was going, okay. All of a sudden, the police pulled behind the whole group, and then I take off.
Yes.
I jumped in front of my friend Daniel, because he didn't have a license or registration at the time, and I did. So the cop pulled me over about 6 or 7 miles after he turned his lights on. So I pull over, I get arrested. I
Just
call
a second.
Daniel.
What were you arrested for?
Evading a police officer. So,
Shh.
but...
Shh. I have to write this down. I don't want to forget anything that you're telling me, Mr. Spears. So, evading a police officer. Now, why do you think the police officer was behind you in the beginning? If you had to speculate, did you think the police officer thought you were endangering the public by doing wheelies on the freeway?
I wasn't doing it, really.
You told me everybody was doing the
They
wheelies
was doing
on
the wheelies. I was
freeway.
just behind them. They was doing the wheelies. I was just behind them. I pulled in front
just
of
a
Daniel.
second. Well, I did not.
pulled-
Shh.
But you...
Shh.
But I pulled in front of Daniel.
I misunderstood you, sir. Perhaps you misspoke. You said we were doing wheelies on our way to bike
Yeah,
night.
my friends were
I
doing wheelies.
assumed
I
that
was
when you
thinking,
said
no.
we were doing the wheelies, you were all doing the wheelies.
No, not all
But
of us.
you weren't doing the wheelies.
I wasn't doing the wheelies.
You're not a wheelie doer.
No, I'm not a wheelie doer. I don't do wheelies.
At least on September 8th, you weren't doing wheelies.
On that day, I wasn't doing...
Okay. So,
But we were-
now
I can't
let's
believe I
shut. Listen, this is my playpen, Mr. Spears. What do you do for a living, sir?
I do plumbing.
When you're in the bathroom, that's your playpen. The courtroom is my playpen.
Okay.
So we're going to do this my way.
Okay, can I finish?
No, we do this my way. So let me understand this. You and your friends, including your friend Daniel, are on your way to bike night on the freeway. The other members of your bike group are doing wheelies.
Yes.
You are sort of behind them, watching them doing wheelies, driving.
On the side. I
I'm
was on the
speaking behind them, because that's what you said. You said you were behind them.
I was on the side of them. The freeway's big. I was on the side of
No,
them.
you said you were behind them because you said you got up in front of your friend
Daniel. Daniel was in front of us.
Yeah, right. Who's us?
The group.
So it was just Daniel who was doing the wheelies?
No. The group was doing the wheelies, but Daniel was on the right-hand side.
So all the group was doing wheelies except you?
Yep.
They must have thought you were a chicken guy. Not doing wheelies like But I told you.
Look, so
I
we were
told
doing
you,
wheelies.
I'm going to have this sport
Okay,
all by
but
myself. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now you got arrested because, according to you,
I just pulled in
I'm
front of Daniel.
speaking. You wanted to protect your friend Daniel, who had no license.
Yes, no registration.
So you got in front of him, and you distracted the police so that Daniel could get away.
He exited the freeway at Laura Canyon. He exited the freeway.
And you led the
kept
police
going.
on a high-speed chase so that Daniel could get away.
It wasn't really like a high-speed chase. They just followed me for a little bit. Okay, so after he was following me, I had pulled over. And I got arrested. I called Daniel. Daniel said he gonna bail me out. Okay, fine. He said he gonna bail me out. Cool, all right. For what I did for him, I'm thinking it's a favor, you know? So, okay, cool. He bails me out. He didn't tell me who he got the money from, so I can't assume where he got the money from, so I'm not knowing. Okay, he bails me out.
Got the money from the bail ferry.
Hey, he got the money from the bail ferry. My dad put up the house, so now we're here.
I have a feeling that this would have been a lot shorter if you'd have just let him tell this story, because this is what he was going to tell you no matter what.
Yeah, but I managed to get him in front of 10 million people.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel calls you, you put up the money. Mr. Spears gets his get out of jail card from you and ultimately gives you $2,500.
Out of my kindness of my heart.
Shh.
Oh.
I told you, the bathroom is your playpen. The courtroom is my playpen. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Now, when did he give you the $2,500?
2 days after I posted bail, and he knew that I was the
Don't
one
tell me what he knew.
to post bail.
Don't tell me what he knew. Where were you when he gave you the $2,500?
I was at work.
Tell me how that happened.
He actually gave it to Daniel, who gave it to me.
See,
He never handed you the money.
He didn't.
When, for the first time after September 8th, 2005, did you see Mr. Spears?
A couple weeks later, when I called him.
Couple of weeks later.
Right.
So you'd already received $2,500 from Daniel.
from me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That made my life much easier. So you gave Daniel the $2,500 to give to Miss Gorin,
Yes.
thereby acknowledging your debt. Thank you very much. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Parties are excused.
Thank you.
You may step out.
I'm happy.
Yeah, this is case number 584 on the calendar in the matter of Tracy versus Daniels.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mrs. Tracy, the defendant was engaged to your daughter. I assume this is your daughter?
It's my daughter.
And shortly before the wedding, she had a change of heart.
Yep.
She decided to cancel the wedding. Prior to that, however, it is your claim that you loaned the defendant some money for his individual use. Mr. Daniels acknowledges that you gave him the money, but he said he would never accept a loan from you because of the kind of person that you are. It was only a gift, no strings, and he has no intention of paying you back.
That's correct.
So let's figure this out, sir. How old are you?
26.
When did you become engaged to Miss Tracy's daughter?
About 2.5 years ago.
Did you buy her a ring?
Yes, I did.
Did you get it back?
No.
You didn't get your ring back?
No. We both still have our rings.
Really? Stand up next to your mother. Where is the engagement ring?
I have it, and I paid for half of it.
Oh, you allow her to pay for half her ring?
Yes, I did.
Why?
She wanted a ring that was more than I wanted to pay for.
Okay, good. Sit down. Okay, now, Mr. Daniels, you acknowledge that Miss Tracy gave you money.
I do.
When did she give you money?
Probably about 3 months before the wedding was to take place.
And when was the wedding to take place?
August 20th.
Where?
Breckenridge, it's a vineyard in Oregon.
Did the plaintiff have to make arrangements to secure that location?
Yes, she did.
She gave him a deposit?
She did.
And did you get flowers, musician, photographer, the usual things that one goes through, and you gave him all deposits?
Yes, I did.
Now, when your daughter canceled this wedding, you lost those deposits?
All of it.
All of it. It was worth it?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Daniels, 3 months before August, you were in need of some money. You want to tell me why? What does this mean, sir?
Not particularly.
What?
Not particularly. I'd rather
Well,
not.
you're not particularly that you weren't in need of money, or not particularly that you want to tell me?
That I want to tell you.
But you're going to tell me because that's why you're here.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
No. Listen. Shh, please. I'll get to you. It's a
Okay.
very pretty shade of pink. I'll get to you. I want you to tell me why you needed money, Mr. Daniels.
I actually was gambling.
You have a gambling problem,
Yeah, I did.
and you owed money to people.
Correct.
How many people did you owe money to?
It's tough to say. Quite a few.
In small amounts?
Some.
What was the total amount you owed?
Somewhere around $4,000.
Had you been encouraged to get the money?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have family?
I do.
Did you ask your family for money?
No.
Why not?
I didn't ask anybody for money, to be honest with you.
So you would say that she was looking into a crystal ball if she gave you money, if nobody told her that you needed money.
I'm just saying that I didn't ask to borrow money from
I didn't
anybody.
ask whether you asked to borrow money. You had to have told somebody that the guys were after you for their money. Who did you tell?
Jennifer.
That would be the ex-fiancé.
I would.
Did he tell you that he was having trouble with gambling debt?
Yeah, and our wedding was set for the 13th.
Listen, just answer my question.
Yeah, sorry.
He tells you he's in difficulty because he owes money.
His family, too. He did borrow money from his family.
How much did he borrow from his family, Jennifer?
He owed his cousin, like, I don't know, 400, and his other cousin, like 100 or something. And
what about his
sister,
parents?
His parents don't have any money.
So he told you that he needed this money, and then what?
And the only person I could go to was my mom.
So did you?
Yeah.
What did you say to her?
I told her that Tyler has a gambling problem again because I had helped him out before.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you give him
Many
before?
times.
Shh, 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 shh. Go ahead. You told him that he was in trouble again.
Yeah, and that we needed help. Like, he had back debts that were on my credit. I had co-signed for a car for him, and he was 2 months behind on that. And my ring payment, I had the good credit. That's why I ended up paying for half of my
Could
ring.
we please get to the $3,700?
That was car payments, the ring payments, his Men's Warehouse account that was in my name, and
That
a
we
few
got
of his
the
other
tuxedo
bills.
for the wedding on.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you say that you loaned him $3,700.
Yeah, that was a combination of his debts that helped.
No. It was my understanding from reading your complaint that the $3,700 was for this gambling problem he had.
It was, but he had put it on credit cards, so he had to pay the credit cards.
He had put what on credit cards? She had put it on her credit cards.
Yeah, they were my credit cards.
They were on her credit cards.
Oh, that's the previous loan.
I'm talking about this $3,700 that was approximately May 20th. Do you know what you're suing him for?
Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm suing from. The problem is he owes her money.
I'm not interested in what he owes to her.
I think she got
No. Listen to me. He told her that he was in trouble with the guys that he owed money to. She came to you and said to you, Mom, he's in trouble again with gambling. That's what she tells me. Is that right, Jennifer?
That's right.
And then what did your mother say to you? Don't speak.
That
What?
she would be willing to loan him the money.
She said that to you?
And on a payment plan.
Just a second. She said that to you?
She said that to both of us. We both went over and met with her and talked to her.
Where were you when you both went over there and met with her?
At her house.
Do you remember on what day you both went over there and met with her?
I don't. She does.
June 2nd.
Now, does that refresh your recollection, sir?
Somewhat.
Well, let's get to the somewhat. Now that your recollection is refreshed.
You know you borrowed the money.
Hey, Miss Tracy, speak again. You're gone.
It was my understanding that it was a gift.
I don't care what your understanding was. I asked you if you had the discussion. Now your recollection is refreshed somewhat. So let's get to June 2nd when you and the lovely Jennifer went to speak to her mother. Let's have it.
We went over there and spoke to her. She said she would loan me the money.
Perfect.
Loan.
Isn't that... You want to leave?
No, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't know how much your deposits were that you lost. Whatever it was worth it. It would have been a life of misery. The guy is worthless.
And later today,
my daughter had called me up while I was in Florida, told me that she had took my truck and that she was selling
You
it.
also said when she came into the house, she took toilet paper from your house.
Yes, she did.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deborah Tracy says her daughter's ex-fiancé, Tyler Daniels, owes for a loan to pay off his gambling debts.
Yes.
So I think initially it started off to be a loan, but, you know.
But I know what.
Well, I mean, we were getting married.
So what?
I think somewhere along the line it became more of a gift.
At what point down the line? On Broadway? Nassau Street? Where? Where did it become from a loan to a gift?
It was just things that were said.
Well, give me a for instance. Bert is dying to know a for instance when $3,700 became a loan and it became a gift.
I don't remember any specific
good.
instances.
Listen, I don't know how much your deposits were that you lost at the vineyard, for the photographer, for the champagne toast, but for her dress, for your dress, whatever it was worth it. It would have been a life of misery. The guy is worthless. He's got a gambling problem, and he'll never get over it. I don't know what other problems he's got, but do me a favor. Next time you pick him, bring him home to your mother to let her get a... Your mother looks like she's pretty savvy. Let her give him a going over, all right? Jennifer, and don't buy your own engagement ring. Girls don't buy their own engagement rings. That's ridiculous. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,700.
Thank you, Your
Parties
Honor.
are excused. You may step out.
Well, I wanted him and my daughter to start fresh without being in debt,
They probably think it's a loan because the relationship didn't work out.
start their life together, and
Now they want their money back.
it just didn't work out.
I need money right now, and I'm not going to borrow it from her.
I'm not going to do that ever again.
Because I've learned a lesson from this, too.
Never borrow money.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Años versus Años, step forward.
Jacqueline Años is suing her daughter, 25-year-old Crystal Años, for selling her Chevy Silverado without her permission. Crystal says she didn't need permission.
Miss Años, the defendant is your daughter, and it is your claim that she stole a truck that belonged to you while you were on vacation and sold it. Your daughter says that it was her truck because she had sold it to you. You never finished paying for it, so she sold it. Right?
Correct.
Where did this truck initially come from?
My boyfriend, Frank Merrill.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Frank, what's your last name?
Merrill.
Miss Años says that the truck originally came from you. Explain that to me, please.
I had bought it for work, and wasn't quite big enough for me, so I decided to buy a van.
When was that?
It was about a month after I purchased it, which I believe was in April.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $700 for the vehicle.
And who did you buy it from?
I saw it on the side of the road, actually, so I didn't know the gentleman that I bought it from.
What year truck was it?
1990 Chevy pickup truck.
Was it running?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so shortly after you bought it, you found that you needed a larger one. You bought a van, and what did you do with this 1990 Chevy?
At the time, Jackie didn't have a vehicle.
That would be you.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
And she didn't have a vehicle at the time, and she was interested in purchasing it off of us. So I talked to her daughter about it, and we decided it wouldn't be no harm to sell it to her.
Great. And you purchased it?
Yes, ma'am.
For how much?
The original price he asked me for was $500. I gave him $400 that day.
Just a sec. He asked you for $500.
Yes.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a sec. And you gave him $400.
Yes.
Okay. And then you took possession of the
Vehicle,
truck?
yes, I did.
And did it remain in your possession?
Yes, it did.
Until when?
January of 2007.
And what happened in January of 2007?
I was in vacation on Florida. And my daughter had came into my home to get an extra set of keys to park the truck in a friend's driveway because she was taking her plates back, but it never made it to my...
Taking her plates back on what?
On the truck. My truck was insured in my daughter's name.
It was insured in her name, so it must have been titled in her name.
Correct.
Had to be titled, because if it's not titled in her name, then she has no what we call insurable interest. They would not allow her to insure it unless it was titled in her name. Now, if you purchased the truck in 2005, why was the truck still in her name?
Why was the truck still in her name?
That was
because
my
the
question.
insurance was still in her name.
Why?
Why? Because through the course of years when my children were younger, my daughter got speeding tickets with my insurance.
That's false.
And I had a few fender benders. And my insurance at that time was for $435 a month. I had insured her prior with my insurance, and when my insurance was up...
I don't... Listen to me. Do you understand this is not a tea party? When I look at you and ask you a question, you'll answer me. Other than that, don't shout out here. I don't permit that.
Okay.
Now we understand it? I've explained it to you.
Yes.
Don't do it again. Go ahead.
And then I asked my daughter to do the same thing for me, which she insured the vehicle for me.
That's fraud, you know. That's fraud. It's your truck. You say you paid for it. You have somebody else put it in their name so that you can get the benefit of lower insurance, even though you're going to be the only driver. You can't do that. So now you've had this truck for 2 years. She came into your house to get an extra set of keys because she had to take the plates off. Now, why was she taking the plates off the truck?
She no longer wanted to insure me.
Okay. Is there any reason for that?
I had backed up into somebody's car, and her insurance went up $20 extra a month, so she wanted her plates back.
Sounds right to me. She no longer wanted to be responsible. So?
So?
Go ahead. Let me hear what happened. So
I never got the truck back. She just kept it in her possession, called me up while I was in Florida, told me that she had took my truck and that she was selling it for the money that I owed her, which I have no idea what money I owe her.
Well, so far, according to you, you owe her $100 for the truck.
No, I paid Frank that $100.
Well, so you didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. I paid Frank.
No, you didn't. What I'm saying is you didn't tell me that.
Okay.
You told me.
But I did pay Frank the other $100.
When?
Summertime 2006.
A year later?
Yep.
She pay you another $100?
No, Your Honor.
How much did you sell her the truck for?
$700.
What you paid for it?
Correct.
And she gave you how much?
$500.
Did you ever ask her for the other two?
No, I didn't, to be quite honest with you.
So now you're going to tell me why you took the truck.
Okay.
Is not an answer.
I took the truck because she did get into an accident. My insurance did go up. And she also got a whole bunch of parking tickets in my name as well.
Really?
Yes, on top of the accident that she had gotten into.
How many parking tickets did she get?
There was 4. I paid off 2. I still have a copy of the other 2.
I'd like to see them, please. Why didn't you pay your parking tickets? Madam.
Yes.
Why didn't you pay your parking tickets?
The parking ticket that she is claiming for...
No, there were 4.
There's only 2, and here's a recent printout of that.
She said she paid 2. 2 were outstanding.
They weren't from me.
They were on a car that was in your possession. These are from 2006. The car was in your possession.
I did not have 4 tickets, Your Honor.
I have 2 here. She said she paid for 2. Let's talk about 2 from 2006. You have proof that you paid them?
No.
I can understand why she took back the truck. A, you didn't finish paying her for it. They might have let that go. B, you had an accident. You had an accident that forced their insurance to go up. Now, that's different from when a teenager has an accident forcing their parents' insurance to go up, because that's the life cycle. The life cycle is you are very excited to have children, and then they get their driver's license, and you can't wait for them to turn 25 so that you no longer have to keep them under your insurance policy. But then we don't regress and have our children take care of us and fraudulently keep a car in their name because they're lower insurance because of your lousy driving record. The cycle doesn't go that way. So I can understand why she was annoyed, and I can understand why she was doubly annoyed that there were tickets outstanding in a car that you had, that was in your possession, that she now has to assume responsibility for. And it's a 1990 truck that she says she sold for $350. At least $100 of that was for fines. So what are you complaining about?
What am I complaining about?
That's exactly what I asked you.
I put a lot of money into that truck, okay? And
should have taken better care of it. Should have paid the tickets on it. Shouldn't have gotten into an accident. Should have had the car insured in your name.
What
should
about
have had the title.
She had her vehicle in my name for 3 years.
Listen to me. Shh. That's what parents do for children. That's what parents do for children. That's the cycle. That's what you weren't listening to. Your listening ears weren't on. Parents take care of their children, but until a parent is incapable of taking care of themselves, children aren't responsible for taking care of their adult parents. She shouldn't have to take care of you by insuring a car for you, by paying your parking tickets, or by having her insurance go up because you had an accident. What else? You also said when she came into the house, she took toilet paper from your house.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Did you do that?
Your Honor.
Come on, is not an answer.
It wasn't in her house. It was in her truck. And yes, when I took it out of her truck, before I sold the truck, there was 1 earring in the truck and toilet paper. I took the toilet paper, and here's the earring.
Okay.
I didn't bring the toilet paper with me.
Earring, please, and give it back to the plaintiff. You're also suing for those that were in the truck. Okay. Ms. Anyos, how many kids do you have?
2.
Where's the other one?
Home.
How old?
24.
Lives with you?
Yes.
Has a car?
No.
Do you have a car?
No.
What does a 24-year-old do?
He's working with a friend, redoing houses.
Who drives him to and from work?
His friend.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm disabled.
You get disability?
Yes.
What's the nature of your disability?
I have chronic degenerate bone disease.
So you don't have to get around much?
Yes, I do have to get around much.
And with this degenerative bone disease, you were able to drive around for 2 years in a Chevy pickup truck?
Yeah, I can drive.
Man, a Chevy pickup truck, that's kind of hard.
No, it's not.
To drive it. Yeah, I can hardly get in and out of my car sometimes with my miserable back, and I'm not on disability. Your case is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
All rise. Yeah, this is case number 556 on the calendar in the matter of Pickering versus Brown. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Pickering, it is your claim that the defendant owes you money. You worked for him for a period of time, and you claim that you quit, but at the time that you quit, you still had some money coming to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown says that you did, in fact, leave your job, and you were paid up until the date that you departed. Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
Okay. What kind of work were you doing for Mr. Brown?
I was primarily doing graphic design work. That was my major in school. And
when did you start working for him?
The end of November 2006.
Give me the date.
I'm not 100% sure. I was after Thanksgiving, so I'd say probably the 28th or so.
Do you know when she started to work for you?
November 20th?
That's not true. I came in after Thanksgiving
Listen
break.
to me. I asked the questions. You don't say not true. You said, I don't exactly remember, is what you said to me. So he looked at something. I assume it's a worksheet.
It was her application. I hired her on that date of her application.
That's true. I didn't begin work until after Thanksgiving.
November 20th, 2006. And when did you quit?
February 9th, 2007. It was a Friday.
Were you a full-time employee or a part-time employee?
Between November and December, I was part-time, and then I began full-time at the beginning of January.
January what did you become full-time?
January 1st.
You started working on New Year's Day?
Well, no, but at the beginning of the year. What day was it?
For the record, Your Honor, she is not an employee. She's a subcontractor.
That's not true. There was never any paperwork to justify that. I began on January 3rd, full-time.
And what was your salary?
It was $6 an hour, but I was promised a raise on multiple occasions.
Her salary was $6.15 an hour, Your Honor.
When do you claim that he owes you money? From the period that you were a part-time employee or a full-time employee?
No, he's paid all but $9.30 from when I was part-time. But from the 15th of January until the 9th of February, all of that is still owed.
So you didn't receive any money for work from January 15th to January 29th?
I received a check to cover the work that I had done the end of December and the beginning of January. I received the check on February 6th, but it didn't cover that work period. It covered prior to that.
Was she paid weekly?
That varied. That varied on the job she did because she was a subcontractor, and if she completed those jobs, then she got paid for them.
Well, when you say she was a subcontractor, sir, was she paid by the hour or by the job?
Both.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
She did some work at home as well that I paid her for, not hourly, but by the job.
That's not true, Judge.
Oh, so you didn't do any work at home?
I did work at home, but I wasn't paid for that. I was paid only by the hour.
And how many hours a day did you work?
It varied. It was typically an 8 to 5 day, but there were
Listen,
times...
Miss Pickering, it can't vary if you work full-time. If you're an independent contractor, it can vary. If you work for somebody for a salary, so much per week, then you work so many hours. You work 8 hours, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 11 to 7.
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand? How old are you?
21.
All right, so pay careful attention. If you work for somebody as a full-time salaried employee, you are paid so much an hour for so much work that you do during a typical day, which is usually an 8-hour workday. Now, he says he paid you during the day, but he also gave you extra money for work that you completed at home. You say that didn't happen, that you didn't work for him at home. So he must be telling me a fib. All I want to know is, on what date of the week were you paid?
I was usually paid on Fridays.
Friday.
To
Sir,
clarify...
can you tell me... Quiet. Can you tell me, please, from January 3rd until February 9th, I would just like to see 4 paychecks, please.
I don't have the actual paychecks, but I have the check numbers.
Fine. Just give me the check numbers, sir, and what they were for. Just tell me.
The check number 2502 for 350.
2502,
Correct.
which was what date?
Which was paid on
February 6th.
February 6th.
That's 2/6. We're going to work backwards?
That was for January 3rd through...
That's not true. It was for the end
I don't want to hear you. I'm not speaking to you.
Through January the 13th.
Why didn't you pay her, sir?
Because she was paid at like every 2 weeks, so like I said, per job.
No. No. That I don't buy, Mr. Brown. That I don't buy.
I didn't pay her weekly. She was not paid weekly.
I wasn't paid at all.
I got checks here proving that I did pay.
Well, then show me, sir. All I have is one check that you tell me you gave her for how much on February 6th?
Well, since November, I got check
No.
number one.
From January 3rd to February 6th, give me the number of the checks and the amount. You have one 2502.
One check from January 3rd to February 6th. She has one check.
For how much?
For $356.70.
$356.
Correct.
I don't buy it, sir.
I got the paperwork right here.
I don't care what you have. I don't buy the fact that you paid somebody for a month's worth of work and the amount that you paid them was $356.
But that's what the hours added up because she was calling off work all the time.
That's not true.
No. Don't buy it. You just told me, sir, that you worked during the day, and she also took work home at night that you paid her for, and you're telling me now that the most you paid her for that 5-week period was $356. Mr. Brown, I don't buy it.
May I say something about this check in question, please?
Not yet. I just need the dates of the checks, sir, and how much they were for.
That's just one check.
Show me the rest of the pay that you paid her from January 3rd to February 6th. If the answer is that's the only check, then we're right back to where we were 5 minutes ago. Are you following me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if you're following me, I'm telling you that I don't believe that in a month all she earned was $356.
That's what I have time cards for, ma'am. She turned in
I
time
don't
cards.
care what you have time cards for, sir.
That's how she got paid, was with time cards.
No. Listen to me. Let's do this, and then I'm going to tell you why you're full of baloney. 356 divided by 5 equals $71.20 a week. And you worked 5 days a week?
I worked 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
$11.86 a day, or a little less than $2 an hour. That's what you paid her, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, stop playing with your paper. This is what you just told me. It doesn't make sense, Mr. Brown. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If you didn't like the fact that you didn't get a raise, you should have quit.
There's no other jobs in that small community, especially
then you
in
have
my
a
field.
choice. Then you stay or you quit.
That's what I did. I stayed.
Well, that's fine. That's what you do.
And later today,
She thinks you're a pig for coming after her for this money now. And the truth of the matter is she was desperate and her own mother wouldn't give her a quarter.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sierra Pickering claims former employer Mike Brown owes for unpaid wages as a graphic artist.
Now, how much does he owe you, Miss Pickering?
He owes me $1,000.
Well, show me. That's a pretty even number.
Well, okay. I have all of my hours here. I have my timesheets as well. And he owes me $987.30 at $6 an hour. Now, if he had paid me $6.15 as he claims, or given me a raise as he also promised me.
Well, you didn't get a raise. If you didn't like the fact that you didn't get a raise, you should have quit. So he owes you $987.30.
I couldn't quit, ma'am. There's no other jobs in that small community. It was very difficult to find employment, especially in my field.
Then you have a choice. Then you stay or you quit.
That's what I did. I stayed.
Well, that's fine. That's what you do. You owe her $987.30. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Thank you.
Excuse me, step out.
I had a problem with my boss's temper. He would fly off the handle on multiple occasions.
She refused to leave the store. She was threatening, yelling, screaming.
I walked in on him watching pornography at work, which I felt very uncomfortable about.
There was absolutely no pornography in the office.
He referred to me as, oh, don't worry about it, she's a freak, which I felt was very inappropriate, and I was very uncomfortable with that.
Obviously something was going on that she dreamed up. I don't know.
You need to trust your first instinct with people. You know, if someone comes across as sort of shady, maybe they are.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Learmont versus Johnson. Step forward, please.
Lori Learmont is suing her former friend, 25-year-old Amber Johnson, for a loan to pay her rent.
Miss Johnson, this was your neighbor.
Yes.
How long was she your neighbor?
7 years.
And according to what I read, there came a time when you had some financial problems and you went to your neighbor and asked for money.
Yes.
What kind of money did you ask her for?
I needed money for my rent. I was behind on my rent, so I asked her for $700 for a loan.
Was she a really good friend of yours?
At the time, she was, yes.
You had no family that you could ask money for?
Not at the time. They didn't have the money to loan me.
Who did you ask?
I asked my mother.
And your mother had no money to give you?
No.
So you went to your neighbor?
Yes.
And your friend, and you said, I have no money for rent. Did you have children?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Could you please loan me some money?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She said yes, she would loan me the money, and I would work off the money.
Just a second. She said yes, she would loan you the money?
Yes.
And she gave you the money?
Yes.
And you paid your rent?
Yes.
And now she has to sue you for the money?
I feel I worked...
Just a second. Now she has to sue you for the money. It is your defense that you worked it off.
Yes.
Doing what?
I did housework, I balanced her checkbooks, I did a lot of small jobs for her.
Well, did you keep a record of how much work you did?
No, I didn't.
Did you have a discussion with her of how much you would be paid an hour?
She said it would be $9 an hour.
Is that right?
It ended up that way, but I started off at 7.
So how many hours did you work?
Probably once a week, 8 hours a day. It depended on my work schedule because I was.
Well, how am I supposed to figure that out unless you kept track?
I didn't keep track. I don't know.
Did you?
Yes.
How many hours did she work?
It's hard to explain how many hours. I have it detailed on here.
Can I
because
see it, please?
On there, I had to give her $20 to get to my place because she had no money for gas, so that was kind of added in
That
there.
never happened.
It did.
I live right around the corner.
You didn't have any money
Don't
for
speak
gas.
to each other. Now, where did you get this from, these hours that she worked?
She wrote it down, or I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then it was a real mess, so I detailed it.
Do you have any of those papers that you wrote it down?
I'm sorry, I do have it, but it's just not right beside me. I thought you'd like a nice, neat typed.
Well, no, I'd preferred it.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to have
I
seen
know.
exactly what it was that was written
I was
down.
thinking that while you said that.
Okay. So since she kept no records, and you did, gave her credit for $100.